This is the Bill Squire Show.
I am so sorry about all these things.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. Here with Tommy, LC.
Hello.
I got Pants.
Howdy, hi. I'm not a cop.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna do something a little different this week. I just sent you guys both the same article about crying in movies.
Okay.
Tommy hasn't read it yet.
Wait, what?
You didn't.
I thought I sent it to you.
No?
No,
What'd you
not on
send?
text. I sent it on Instagram. It was on Instagram.
Oh,
I sent it individually.
boy.
When?
Like
The TBSS
Oh, okay.
group.
No, I didn't even send it to the group. It's just I sent it individually
Oh boy.
because sometimes it's really hard to find that
Okay.
stupid group one.
Yeah.
But it's just that basically it says people who cry during movies are emotionally stronger. Study shows, and it says neuroscientist and psychologist Paul Zak found that. Also, I don't believe a guy named Paul Zak is a real person.
Because
Found-
Zach spelled Z-A-K,
Right.
by the way.
That
Zach
when we
Paul would be better.
Right, Zach Paul does sound better. Get it together. Neuroscientist and psychologist Paul Zak found that when we cry over a movie, a moving story such as a movie, our bodies release high levels of the bonding hormone oxytocin. Oxytocin makes us kinder, more generous, and more compassionate.
Bro, I cry at every single movie. Happy, sad, all the time.
You got all that oxytocin pumping through you, and you are very generous and compassionate.
I don't know about generous, but I'm compassionate.
I feel like you're generous to the people that you care about.
You're generous. You're very generous with your time.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
generous with your time. You're
which
generous
really,
with like
Yeah.
What
with the
higher
people.
currency is there than
Yeah.
that?
True.
Yeah. So what I was gonna do in this episode is tell you guys some stories, and we'll see if we can get some oxytocin pumping.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. You think I'm some kind of? I'm no pussy. I'm no pussy. Let's.
No,
fucking-
I want you to be a little bit of a pussy. Let's start crying.
No, I'm saying I'm not afraid to cry.
Not
I
afraid.
don't know
Afraid
that
to
I
cry.
can cry on command, though.
Although there
I'm
is-
not trying to get you to cry on command. I'm gonna tell these stories, and I'm gonna see if they actually elicit sad emotions.
There is the thing is there is the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where like if a woman sees you cry, you stay in zero chance. It's like you stay in zero chance of touching a woman's pussy if you're if you're with somebody and you're crying in front of them.
Yeah.
I'm screwing up the premise of it because it's a comedy.
Right.
Nevertheless,
And that's that's I think going to be the challenge here is I'm going to tell these stories that are actually really sad moments from my life, and I think they're going to end up coming across funnier than they are sad. But I'm going to try and sell the sad.
okay.
All right.
I think
All
we're going to go. All right. So I got like 3 different eras here. Do you want?
Are you telling us individually, like, or are you just shooting at both of us and
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you guys stories.
just going to try to get us to?
But I want
To
you to
cry.
pick. So one is from like my young adulthood, one is from my childhood, and one is from like my years as a parent. Like I'm still a parent, but like when the kids were little.
I feel like yours as a parent is your best chance to get the.
Well, I'm going
going
to tell all 3. So which one do you want first?
So let's start with kids. The
Yeah,
childhood.
let's just go.
Yeah.
Go in
Start.
order.
Okay,
start
go in
childhood.
order. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
go in order. Come on.
all right. So, you guys are aware that I was a bedwetter.
Yes.
And one of the things that was really tough about being a bedwetter was going to friends' houses for sleepovers,
Okay.
where they'd invite me over, and then I'd have to, like, kind of rely on my mom to talk to their mom and tell them what was up.
Yeah.
And then I would, like, bring all the stuff I needed, and it was usually just I'd wear pull-ups to bed, like that, like.
Is it? Do tears of laughter count?
You know, whatever gets the toast and flowing, you know.
Whatever gets you toast up.
How old? Age?
So this story that I'm going to
22.
tell, I'm probably be about 12, like 7th
Oh,
grade.
gosh, okay.
Okay.
12, 13 years old. So, one of my good friends in 7th grade, we'll call him I mean, I'll just say his first name, Grant. Grant was like a great kid, and he was like really smart and applied himself, and we played football together, and he was such a like fun kid to be around. And I got to finally go over to his house for a sleepover, and we're having a great time playing with the kids in the neighborhood. I was drawing pictures of his little brother that like his whole family was like, oh, this actually looks like my brother. And like it was like a great night. And we go up in his room and we listen to 9 Inch Nails screaming the uncensored version of I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal. Just like having the best like 12-year-old night that you can have for a sleepover. And then it comes time to go to bed, and I forgot because like we're playing so much, I didn't put my diaper on.
Your 12-year-old.
My 12-year-old.
Now you're free balling it now. You're raw dogging.
Right. Well, I just like fell asleep. Like it was like I fell asleep in his bed. Like we were like
It's like when you're really drunk and you forget to like even take your shoes off.
Yeah, you're just
in
like
bed.
so like, you know, when you're like a little kid and you're like having a great night and then you just fucking literally can't go anymore. You just fall asleep on someone's bed.
You're at your friend's house and you're entering your teen years. I'm sure you're not making it a priority to go put a diaper on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because like you're trying to look for that moment and then the moment doesn't come. And so I fall asleep and just wet the bed, and it's so much piss. This is supposed to be a sad story, guys. This is traumatizing for me.
You're just floating alone down Piss River in Dreamland.
Yeah, he's got like a queen size bed, so he doesn't even notice it. He doesn't feel it. I think he had a water bed for whatever reason.
Well, after you're done, he definitely had a water bed.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so like I don't think it like got into the mattress, and I have to like go and wake his mom up and be like, hey, I wet the bed. I'm sorry. I didn't, you know. And she's very cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
She like takes care of everything. Like I don't even remember Grant even really being aware of it at all.
So you're both sleeping in a waterbed together.
It's just like I mean,
it's got to be pouring all over him if that's the case.
I think
Did they just have a mattress cover on it?
I don't know. But it didn't get to like he didn't. His side of the bed didn't get wet.
No, my point is not so much him getting wet. Have you ever actually been on a waterbed?
Oh, I used to have one when I was young.
It's not like a Comfort Quest mattress. It's like if someone gets up, you're feeling...
You're going.
You know, you're feeling the ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't a waterbed, but it just... I just remember it being like a fucking giant bed for a kid to have. Like it was like a queen size bed.
Was it a race car bed?
No, it was like a nice like suburban bed. I don't know. It was a nice bed.
Bill, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, that's why I'm telling the story.
Yeah,
I want the questions.
I don't know if anyone's ever cried with any in the proximity of a waterbed ever in the history of waterbeds is the problem here.
Well,
Continue. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to tell you. So then, like, she takes care of everything, and like, it's like all fine, and like, it wasn't even. It wasn't a big deal then. But then I noticed when I went to school on Monday, like Grant sat in a different spot, and then like we weren't like friends anymore after that. Like I never went to his house again. He never came over to my house again.
He ghosted you?
He kind of just like in the nicest way, but he just like kept his distance from me. Like he kept my secret. He didn't tell anybody.
Well, that was nice.
But he definitely like wasn't the same friend after that.
Shit changed after the waterbed.
Yeah,
Piss. It was
The piss.
The piss, the bed pissing.
The waterbed really set you up for a challenge because no matter like people could get murdered in a waterbed, there's something about the fact that it was on a waterbed.
Yeah,
it's very funny to me. Which is the problem that I'm having here.
Yeah,
that is. I mean,
and we got at least a frown out of Tommy on that one.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's he could have really fucked your whole social.
He could have.
He could have, right? But it's still like it hurt that, you know, it we just kind of drifted away as friends after that.
It's
and he did like slow and like but it was like I could tell, and maybe I was like I should have addressed it or something with him, but I didn't ever want to talk about it.
I was gonna say if you were insecure about it too, that doesn't leave for any kind of
there was no such
conversation.
thing as being secure about anything back then.
Right.
So like especially something that is that devastating. Like there was a few times where I had incidents where kids did find out about it, and it was like to this day I think about it and like go back to that moment and almost start crying.
Oh, yeah.
But now I take the power back because all my new specials got a lot of bedwetting stories.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
stuff
I've
like
heard
that. So like
I've heard the diaper stories a lot,
Yeah.
just not the dark diaper.
Well, yeah, I mean, I want it to be a good, fun time. I don't want to go up there and be like, everybody's like, because even with the version of this that I tell on stage is still really like delicate to get people to be like, oh no, like people go like, oh no, I'm like, no, it's fine. Like this is funny now.
You gotta take it for the ride.
I can do that. Do you guys ever have any like friend falling outs that were based on something you couldn't control?
Besides my Judaism.
Oh, you had a.
I was like, oh, damn.
I was like, did you have a school tie situation?
No one's ever experienced less anti-Semitism in their life than me, which is a weird thing to follow that up with. But no, I had friends drift apart from me, and I've had friends sort of do the thing that there was no piss involved,
right?
But it was. I
I
got ganged up on a lot, like from my friend group when I was young.
It wasn't, isn't that kind of weird? Like, I remember having friends, but like, I'm like, are we friends or are they just using me as the kid to be mean to?
No, it was more the latter.
Yeah, I kind of had that.
Like, they weren't even like the cool kids, but I was trying to like get I was trying to find my group of people.
Yeah.
And they kind of stomached me for a while, and then I could feel like they were just.
Yeah. I kind of drifted from like friend group to friend group because I never, like, I always felt unwanted or like bullied or whatever, even like by like people that were supposed to be my friends.
I was a fat kid. I got bullied in grade school a lot.
And I was so small
that
too.
That desensitized me, I think, to when I got to like middle school and high school, and I got teased a lot. It just didn't faze me.
Well,
much.
that's why like I used humor as a way to I was
it's
definitely just trying to make everybody laugh. And then I also like I was such a late bloomer, so like I remember one time I was sleeping over at another friend's house and I was post bed pissing, but I also wasn't like jacking off or anything yet, and they watched a porn, and it was like these two, like there's three of us there, and they're like super into the porn, and I'm a religious kid, like I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this, and I just like fell asleep while they were like jacking off under blankets.
Yeah, that's
I don't
watching
that.
porn with other dudes is when you're a teenager. A couple times I did it. I go, this is not a group.
Yeah, that was not. I'm like, I don't.
We're not touching each other either. It's like I can see like maybe if you're like Kyle, could you like help me out? Like it was like we're all sitting there.
If you were like exploring that part of yourself,
just like,
but if you didn't have that urge, then
it's and mind you, my old ass. This is like before you could just look at porn on the computer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we
were watching. This is like a VHS tape.
VHS.
They like
porn.
stole from their
And
dad
it's like,
or something.
have you ever seen this before? And then like you're like immediately like, what is going? I have the weirdest boner right now, but I'm in front of like fucking these dudes, and it's
Well, that was the thing too. Is like it was way too advanced porn for the situation. I was like seeing boobs, amazing, but watching girls like they had like long fingernails and they're fingering each other, and I'm like, that's gonna cut them up. Like that was.
I do in the '90s, motherfuckers had like their long red nails and shit, and they would be just going to town on. Like I watched a lot of lesbians.
Yeah,
it's like they were just like I go, they're gotta be cutting each other up.
Yeah, it was weird.
They're clawing at each other and shit. And everything, all the furniture is made of acetate for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah,
Really fucked my life up.
All right, so that's the first one.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 Tosin for me, I'm afraid.
I got a 1.
You got a 1.
You got
It was
a genuine frown out of 10.
Yeah, it was
It was. Well, I felt sad.
You know what this is like? This is like when we had the magicians in, and I'm trying to come at it with an open mind and not trying to like shoot holes in the premise.
Well, and it's doing exactly what I thought it was gonna do. Where it's like I know these stories are sad, but I knew that we're not gonna be able
They're
to
not gonna
generate. And I know this next one's might be the funniest one.
Okay.
So
So
Tom,
this is
you
like
may have
your
heard this one
high
before.
school
This is
age?
after I got back from the Philippines.
Okay.
So when I got excommunicated from the Mormon church, sent home, and it was a very tenuous time for me and my parents.
Mhm.
And my mom, like I think I had been home for like a day or two, and my mom drove us out to Bowling Green where my sister was going to school, and she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go see Beth, and you're going to, just say hi, and it'll be, she hasn't seen you in 2 years, so we're gonna go visit her." So we drive out there, and for whatever reason, when I got back from the Philippines, I had no sense of self, and I was when I was in the Philippines, there was no idea of like what style was going on in America. So we watched a lot of, like, I think we had just watched 8 Mile and like the Up in Smoke tour, like all the the missionaries that I was with.
Mhm.
So it was like the one part of my life where I was more into hip hop than I'd ever been. And I also just had worn suit and tie for like 2 years straight. So the first clothing that I bought was like a velour.
Oh no.
like a velour tracksuit.
Like the Mark Echo fucking.
Not even that. It was just like the generic like Foot Locker brand.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just like this navy blue with like a white stripe down the side, and it looked real Sopranos
I was
more
gonna
than like
ask,
hip
was
hop.
it, if
Yeah,
it was fucking Sopranos?
Like I
Sounds
looked
like a
like
hard look, to be
mafia
honest.
shit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to wear like comfy clothes.
Mhm.
Like I wanted to, and so I wanted like the Adidas one, but it was like more money than I was willing to spend. So I just got the
Foot Locker?
Foot Locker brand one, and we go and we visit my sister, and it's fine. And like she wasn't really into the church at that time either, so like she didn't give a fuck. But my mom just had like this disappointment fog around her, where she's visiting her daughter that had just gotten into some trouble at school because she was like got hospitalized because she got too drunk, and now she's got me there too, and so she's just really struggling. And then we got lost on the way home, and she just kind of like unloaded on me and just told me how like disappointed she was, and like was asking me all these questions about what happened over there and like why I did what I did. And she's, really upset and like crying. So I'm crying, and it's just a really, really intense and like the most, like I'd never seen my mom that upset before.
Mhm.
And I tell her everything that like I could manage to even say, because you guys know the stories about the Philippines. Like it was a lot of stuff you don't want to talk to your mom about.
Right.
And I'm just like really like feeling like I don't know if I'm ever gonna have a close relationship with my parents again, and just like so much disappointment, and that I'm not going to really I'm like, oh, I think I need to run away, but I'm like, you're 22, you can't. It's not running away.
No, you're just moving.
I was gonna say
right.
moving.
You're just moving out. But like I had no direction. I haven't started comedy yet. Like I had not. Like I just.
You
I
were
was
like
the
completely
most-
out of touch with yourself.
I was completely out of my touch with myself, and all I knew is they wanted me to like fix it and get back into the church and like repent and do all those things, and I didn't have any desire to really do that, but I didn't know what else I could do, and it was such a strange feeling. But the thing that sticks with me, and this is something I'll never forget, what my mom said after I told her that like I had sex with women before marriage, which is a huge problem in the Mormon church, especially while you're a Mormon missionary. And my mom said, with all sincerity, why didn't you just masturbate? And now it's the funniest fucking thing that's ever been said.
Just pure disappointment, but then followed with just the most inappropriate question.
I'm sure you would have been in trouble for that too, right?
Not nearly as bad.
I know, but still, like,
jacking off would have been like, they've been like, oh, this is nothing to deal with. We have all the missionaries are doing this secretly, but going out and fucking is a whole nother thing. But also, it wasn't that I was just fucking. I was also like telling people that the church isn't true and like basically on my way to like atheism, and you
were
like,
trying to burn it all down.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't taking it at all serious, and so like there was that aspect of it too. But just my mom being so disappointed. But saying the funniest fucking thing that she could have said. Why don't you just masturbate? I'm like, Mom, I had done that. Yeah, it was like, it doesn't work. Like, I'm pretty pent up.
That too.
Like I was also masturbating. It was, but I also
just making it worse.
I hope you said that.
Wasn't enough, Mom.
It was, Mom.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I said. I think I just said, I don't know. I couldn't really even put anything together. But
how could you? But like, you're processing all this shame they're trying to make you feel, and you're doing things that human beings are supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like,
but the whole thing is like you're supposed to have self-control, and you're supposed to trust in the Lord, and blah blah blah. All these different things that only sent me into deeper and darker depression. Like I never. Oh, we haven't had that in a while.
Welcome back. Welcome to the red zone.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my dumb meathead friends, they bet me that I couldn't go a whole year without crying. So and I did. And then we were all hanging out. We were out in LA for some reason. And then as the countdown happened, I won the bet, which was to say that I withheld and basically just bottled up feelings for 365 whole days.
Here's the thing, though.
That is so not good for you.
Yeah, dudes rock.
No, but like, here's the thing. I can't cry about my life. Like, my life is really hard for me to cry about. That's why I need movies and stuff. Like, I can't, like, if I'm thinking about, well, also, I got an awesome life. Like, I have a pretty awesome life. So I don't really get sad. Like going through the breakup this year, like I got upset at times, but I never really cried from that. But like I still feel feelings. So like when I watch like a sad movie or TV show, like I have no problem letting loose then. But like when I think about my day-to-day life, there's not really a lot to cry about.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean like work-related stuff. I cried for work-related shit. I was graduating art school, and I had felt stressed for the first time in my life. I was working on this. I had to basically put on an art show in a gallery for my graduation. It was like a fucking, it was like a reality show without the cameras, where it was like you have one day to set up your thing.
Oof.
And I was the first of two graduates in this fucking stupid major I just transitioned over to, and I was like feeling it. I was like, because I was used to just being good at stuff, and I was behind schedule. It wasn't working out the way I thought it would, and then I remember I just went to my car and I sat in my car and I just was like, it wasn't even like I was sad. I just like felt, that was the first time I ever just felt stressed to such an overwhelming degree that I just had to let it out.
Yeah. When I've had moments like that, and it is a nice release. So if I don't want to have that feeling December 22nd at my special taping, so please buy tickets.
Otherwise, it's going to turn into weird performance art.
Yeah, right.
Which is, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe that'll be what people are looking for. Take comedy a new direction.
Someone start reading the script to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the audience. Get the waterworks going.
All right, here is the final story that I have. This one is the most heartbreaking. So when I first got married and moved in, and like I was basically mom, like Mr. Mom 3 days a week. Like I was stay-at-home dad, taking care of the kids. We were broke as fuck. And then I'd go out and do the road gigs on the weekend, or I'd like be working, around here or whatever. And I try to do as close as I could to Cleveland area so that I could be around the kids. And the kids were at this time, I think probably 6, 8, and 10. And we were so broke this week. Like, there would be like ebbs and flows. Sometimes we'd be doing okay. But it was like during the summer, I didn't work as much during the summer. There's not as much comedy going on. And we were just having a hard time. And I was just cobbling together whatever food we had in the house to make lunch. And I made, we had tortillas, we had pizza sauce, we had some shredded cheese. And so I made tortilla pizzas for the kids.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I see nothing wrong so far.
okay. And so I made that, and I was like, hey, this should be all right. And like I got them, like I think I did a good job making them. Put them in the oven so they get like a little bit crispy, and the cheese would melt evenly. And then that fall, Jace, my youngest, started school. Maybe it was when he was going to first grade. I think it was first grade. He was going to the first grade because he was like writing, and he had to write his favorite foods and his least favorite foods. And he wrote his favorite food, and it was chicken nuggets. And he wrote his least favorite food, and it was tortilla pizza.
Oh. They were probably like, what the fuck is this?
That's also, but that's.
Oh.
I mean, the thing to me is like it's a pretty lateral move quality wise from like dinosaur chicken nuggets to a fucking. There's a lot more work that goes into a tortilla pizza than into chicken nuggets.
But it didn't matter. It just like I didn't want to feed you tortilla pizza. I had to,
and it was
and then he goes,
and
not great.
Hate being poor, Dad.
Yeah.
struggle. He's not dealing with the struggle pie right there.
And so like that just like hurt me because it's like I wasn't offended that he didn't like tortilla pizza. I was just like so hurt that I had to serve him tortilla pizza as like
this is what
had
we
no
got
other
here.
choice.
Yeah.
Like there was no money in the bank account. We were just waiting for the next payday, and so it was just no choice but to serve that.
Aww.
And it just when I saw that homework, I was like, and it was months later too. Like it wasn't like there had been time.
PTSD from it.
Yeah, he like remembered like, oh, what was the worst thing I ever ate? I can't remember eating a lot of other stuff, but tortilla pizza was the worst fucking thing I ever ate. And I was like,
So, but did you talk to him about it?
later, like I didn't say anything in the time.
Okay.
I just like,
Because
but like,
maybe it wasn't like, this is terrible, but I like all the food I eat, and this is just the
no, we talked about it later, and he goes, yeah, they just like it just wasn't.
bad.
He's like, I couldn't really think of anything else, so I just went with tortilla pizza.
So it was more of a preference thing than he was feeling.
Disgusted and
Just like
Formed
shamed
by
that you
it,
guys
yeah.
didn't have money and it was like a struggle meal.
He didn't even know that. Like he wasn't even aware that it was
Yeah.
like a money situation.
Yeah.
He just remembered like, oh, that wasn't the best thing I ever ate. So he just was like, whatever.
So you
And it
raised
was
some
only
foodies.
something like I internalized
Yeah.
that like he had no idea. Yeah, we talked about
Aw.
it later, but it was just one of those things where I was just like, God damn, that one got me in the heart
Hurt,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, now you got to make us tortilla pizzas because sounds good to me.
on our little trip, we could make tortilla pizzas in the
Oh,
Airbnb
yeah.
or whatever.
We
Well,
could
I'm
all
so
eat them.
excited about that.
Should be fun.
Send
Guys,
them to Jace. These are delicious.
you know I love you guys for me even doing this. I never stay away from home.
Well, we have
It's gonna be
a
fun.
very nice 3-star hotel.
It's gonna be fun.
And
Water beds, hopefully.
Hopefully water beds. I'm pissing on all your beds, you motherfuckers.
Oh, gosh.
I was doing my
no.
best, Bill. I was thinking of every Gaslight Anthem song, and I was like running through every time I cried during those stories.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were shitty stories.
Right.
It's just wasn't happening.
No, I
mean, like,
they're
I
definitely
I
come from a
fucking-
sad place, but I'm also not someone that can tell a sad story and like
Keep it
not
sad. Yeah.
and keep it sad because it's too funny now.
I cried over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm in the car and I just need to let it out, I'll put on like a Gaslight Anthem song and I'll just let it
See,
out.
I've never been like a guy that can put on a song and that's what will unlock it for me.
Yeah, I do it like
Do you
almost
mind
like
sharing
jacking
what
off.
made you cry or no?
Exes all the time.
Okay.
I won't say which one.
Yeah.
That's the one I think that always gets the waterworks going.
See, that's the thing too. Is like I don't.
Putting dogs to sleep.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh, that's what I should.
You don't have a fucking soul if like you can.
I'll start crying right now thinking about putting
Dude.
my dogs down like this.
Yeah. Other than that, like, yeah, I just sometimes I let it out.
See, like my breakups have always been like more orchestrated by me. Like I've been the breaker upper for the most part.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I feel sad that the relationship didn't work out, but I also feel pretty.
It wasn't like out of nowhere for you. You
Right.
kind of had to build up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I've never had the rug pulled out from under me. Like
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
I've been on both ends of the
Mhm.
fucking layoffs, so to speak.
Dude, and does it? It's got to hurt more when they break up with you, for sure, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Uh-huh.
having to drop the axe never has felt good.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, it doesn't, but it's also.
I've also had like breakups where like I just felt nothing.
Yeah,
like it just was like thank you for giving me no reason to feel bad about
Yeah.
this ever.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that for like shorter relationships, but like any like my significant ones are definitely like they stick with me.
Yeah,
And it takes a while before I even get sad about it because like when I'm just excited for it to be over, like you guys saw me this summer. I was fucking having, I was having
That's
a
it.
time.
Yeah.
I was having a time, but,
everyone should grieve as wonderfully as you were grieving this summer, buddy.
but now I'm like, definitely feeling a certain type of way at certain points where I'm like, oh, because now we're like not even talking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain things that I want to send. Like that's like, in this meme-based culture when you go, oh, this would be perfect to send to them.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, I can't.
yeah, dude,
That hurts.
that doesn't rip my heartstrings. That's just kind of like I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just like God, it's like can't go to that bar anymore.
Yeah,
Can't
that kind of-
send. You start jonesing to find someone to send the thing to.
Right.
I have to still like unfavorite music on Spotify Shuffle when it comes up. I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Like music,
Like-
that's one that sucks.
Also,
Yeah,
like for
definitely
some
had
reason,
that.
Gaslight Anthem, I had one ex, and that was like the thing. I couldn't listen to it for like probably close to a year.
Yeah.
So for some reason, that's like the like I know when I need to fucking pull it out of me.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll just play the song, and it's not even necessarily that person I'm thinking about all the time.
You
But
just
it
know
just-
it's gonna get
If I'm
you.
like, it's like a stress thing. It's like jacking off and crying are like my two ways to clear the system out.
Yeah.
Definitely
And-
jacking off for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
But like if I'm just feeling pissed off or like
Yeah.
like I'll just put the song on and I'll just like make sure I'm driving where no one is seeing me and the sunglasses are on. I'm just like
just let it go. Yeah.
Then it's just like all right.
I need
all
to
right.
find. I need to find
pussy,
some crime
just
music.
fucking-
Then I mean that would because like there's definitely music and like or not music but like movies and TV shows and like even just stories like that will get me. But it's
I think
but it's never like
with
like
everybody,
yeah, it's never like my own memories really that really unlock
No,
the crime.
I went through such a weird stretch that I would listen. The King of Wishful Thinking would come on, and I was so depressed, and I was so not able to get over this one relationship, and I'd be sitting in the car like, I don't need to follow you.
It's so that song is also one that will either fuck me up or I'm in a great mood, and like it's amazing.
It's like, I don't miss
it's definitely
the way that you kiss me.
I don't have any song that like I listen to and go.
It's the
like
saddest.
even if it's the saddest song, I'm just like,
happy
fuck
song.
yeah, let's pretend to be sad.
If you're like really going through it, it's the saddest chorus you'll ever like, hear in your life, because it's literally a song about denial.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm glad I can hear it again.
Is the chorus, why didn't you just masturbate?
Yeah. It goes, I'll get over you. I know I will. I'll pretend my ship's not sinking, and I'll tell myself I'm over you because I'm the king of wishful thinking.
It's fucking depressing.
And it's the most triumphant, like, 80s song of all time, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Sang by 2 South African dudes. It makes no sense.
Really?
I believe Go West is South African. I believe so. But regardless,
no.
Yeah, it'll also like I know I'm look like I'm crying.
The only one that cries from that.
No, my context fucked up, and the whole time he's telling me the story, I'm like,
actually said.
yeah, dude, you just gotta let it out. Dude, I'm 44. Like it's like I'm not in my 20s anymore, where it's like I'm like I never cry.
No, I mean, like I
fuck do I
said,
care?
I want to cry more. I think that's what I'm gonna like. The point of this episode is I'm gonna try. Well, I just want to.
Make sure you're fucking taking live video when you do it. By the way.
Yeah,
That should be
the
the don't cry challenge.
No, the do cry challenge. You're like, no, I'm actually gonna cry now.
Yeah, do it, pussy.
Yeah, I'm
Let
trying.
it out.
I'm trying.
Yeah. No,
But instead, I'm just gonna
put you in-
masturbate.
Just cue up YouTube. I won't say no. I'm not. It's so depressing. I was gonna say just put like go to like dog vet footage.
No.
or,
No,
yeah.
my God.
It'd be done in seconds.
Even
yeah.
fucking military like dogs or humans coming home to the dogs. That shit
When the
makes me
dog
cry.
is like they had like the funerals
The
and the dog
graves and
the
shit.
dog like lays in front of the casket.
It's
Oh.
like the porn ads that say you try not to come in fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah.
My
But it's
favorite.
the way sadder version of that.
My favorite one right now is, do you want to fuck ugly women? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, what?
I almost
whose
sent that
kink
to
is
you guys
this?
one day, but it was like in the middle of the day. I'm like, I don't want them to know that I'm jerking off before
Well,
the end
Tommy,
of my work day.
I got news for you. I'm working from home. There's a really good chance I'm also doing that.
I think we're all middle of the day jerk offers.
Yeah, man. Like
As a huge thing.
literally, like working from home. Just
like 11:45 today. I was.
You know
I
why?
already voted.
Got that high?
Yeah.
Did my part ensure cream pies would be had for
Yeah.
Yes.
no, sometimes you just do it because you can do it. It's like you know.
I went with one that was like a video that I had to search for because I haven't watched it in like probably 10 or 15 years. Isn't that like one of the best things?
The throwbacks,
the
man.
throwbacks. And you're like, oh my god, does this still exist anywhere? And I found it, and I was like, oh, still gets the job done.
I mean, dude, I'm so old now. Like, I'll literally pull up a video. It's like 23 years old,
Yeah.
but it was like there's just the greatest hits where you're just like,
You know what rabbit hole I went down a few weeks ago?
Thankfully, no, but go on.
Was oh god, what was it? It was I think her name was like Heather or something, but she was all over like the torrent sites.
Mm-hmm.
She had like big fake tits, and she would always like deep throat. She's like deep throat queen or something. What was that called?
But
But she's still like making
like a 90s
content.
chick.
It's like the early 2000s, but
White
it was like
chick?
it was white chick. Like no, fuck, what was her name? But then there was also like the first wifey. Do you remember Wifey? Did you ever see Wifey?
Mm-mm.
And she was. These are like the earliest people doing like homemade content
Yeah.
creation, and then they would put it on like a pay website that they ran everything. It was like before OnlyFans, anything like that.
I'm discovering that for as much as I think I look at porn, there's a lot of just porn convention stuff I don't know about. Like we
Yeah.
did that video for Old 86 last week about No Nut November.
Uh-huh.
So my brother immediately goes, you will do like the porn, we'll do like the Pornhub, the intro music. And I go, what's Pornhub has like PlayStation intro music? And then he edited it, and it's like the beginning is like that weird drum.
I noticed that.
Yep.
I absolutely noticed
Yeah,
that.
it's a little Easter egg in there. And I go, I had no idea. I guess I got to start stop fucking around on the dark web or whatever. It fucking takes too long on Pornhub.
Yeah, it was Heather Harmon is her name.
Dude, I'm kind of embarrassed. I've never heard that name.
I don't know.
She looks.
I was
really
more of a
different
major
now.
label. I followed more of the major label talent.
Well, this is just the
It's
stuff that
just
was all
2000s.
over like the torrent sites.
Yeah.
Like you could just find it on there.
This is like
And-
before streaming was the
Yeah,
became
yeah.
like the
This is like where
standard.
you're like going on Kazaa and just being like, maybe it's porn, maybe it's going to destroy my
I
computer.
was very
forever.
brand loyal to like Vivid, like the major label talent. So
She's doing stuff.
didn't really fuck with the indie labels. So like
Yeah.
the VFW Hall.
Let me see if I can-
Tommy gets the reference.
Yeah, like the website was ideepthroat.com. Like it was, and it was
IDeepthroat.com.
she
Damn.
or ideeptube.com. Yeah, ideepthroat.com was, and she was just sucking her husband's dick all the time, and so it was like a lot like just tits and like a POV,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was also this one girl, and she just had big tits, and she would just like dance and just like bounce around like Darling Nikki or something like that. I don't remember.
That
But-
doesn't do much.
But this one was like I
don't know.
went back and watched some of her videos, and she's still, like I said, making content now, but it's a lot different than that. But it was just
She's just doing cooking videos now and shit.
Well, no, she was taking one of those big dragon egg dildos.
Hell yeah.
So she's a champ.
It's good to see them still out there
Mhm.
getting after it.
Yeah.
Father Time hasn't defeated them.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, Heather Harmon was her name.
Heather Harmon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that on my list like I have of TV. One night I had such bad insomnia, I literally went on my notes app and I started doing my power rank all-time porn.
Oh my god.
Well, you got your notes app with you. What do you got?
Too sad. I had
This
two-
one's
I
gonna
got
make you
two
cry.
lists. I got
Right.
two lists that are too sad even for me to share. It's my all-time favorite pro wrestlers and my all-time favorite
Aw.
porn chicks. And being that I don't want to die alone, I'm gonna keep those locked away.
All right.
That's
I'd
funny.
rather share some of my high school poetry than go down that. And oh yeah, there might be some of that.
All right. Well, Tommy, what makes you cry?
Everything.
Everything.
Truly.
Oh, yeah, you cry a lot.
I do. I cry all the time.
We were Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like it was me.
Dude,
and
we were all.
Tommy.
I was crying.
Tommy, when she actually was watching the movie, it just was like everyone just like,
Dude, I was.
Yes.
That movie made me cry. Like
Yeah.
I can't watch
yeah.
that. Like Tommy, literally at the end of the movie, I didn't realize. Like I got fucked up from that movie because there's so much animal abuse
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
That looks so very real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Tommy's like, I'm never watching that movie again.
Yeah.
Are you fucking
Never,
kidding
yeah.
me? And I was like, I might really not be able to
Yeah.
because it's like it's
Also,
just
Marvel's just really not. I mean, that was a fun movie, but it was
Yeah.
also too heavy.
It was very heavy. They're
they're
So like going
like,
back, and then like this, the Marvels coming out this weekend. Like I didn't even know it was coming out
Yeah,
until
me
you sent
neither.
that text earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
And,
dude.
like,
Like,
I don't think-
they're
I
in a
don't-
weird spot because
No one
like-
gives a fuck right now.
weren't
no
they talking
man, like
about like bringing back the same actors?
I
too?
think they're publicly leaking. They're leaking certain things about how they might be swapping out Doctor Doom as the main bad guy over King,
Yeah.
and they might be bringing back Captain America and Iron Man. And I think a lot of that's just like them
Panicking.
not panicking, but I think like if it's like rumors,
Yeah.
they can gauge
the
public
buzz.
response and be
Right.
like, okay, let's go this
See,
route.
but I hate that because I love what they did with those characters and like how they built them up and how they have their beginning, middle, and end, and it's
I
all
want them
taken
to
care
stay
of.
dead. I don't want to see
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
much as I like enjoyed that stuff. Like when there's no real stakes to anything and you introduce all these multiversal and magical elements, you're just building in. There's no consequences to anything anymore.
Right.
It feels lazy.
Yeah, it just feels like you're giving
Even-
like
Even the end of Endgame, like going back in time and like having that introduced, like that was like they did it well enough.
that was a real mousetrap of a movie though.
But
dude.
it
Like,
was.
that was a Rube Goldberg
Right.
of a film. That,
Especially
like,
with how fucking good Infinity War was.
Right,
'Cause
right.
Infinity War was fantastic. And then they're like, how do we get out of this? Well, Ant-Man, quantum.
yeah,
stuff.
as soon as they started introducing time travel and all this stuff,
Mhm.
and I think you forgive the holes in the whole thing because no one's ever done that before.
Right.
And they did stick the landing
Pretty
so
good.
to speak with
Yeah.
it. But if you're gonna go back and just bring back all these characters that died, like, so then what do we all watch these other 30 movies for?
Right.
And I just think, like, when you have all these X-Men characters and all these other characters, and you have untold armies of writers and stuff, like, I don't know, like, write some movies people want to see, or you know, like, I knew as soon as I saw the trailer for that Marvels movie, and half the trailers literally found footage from other Marvel movies. I go, this ain't great. Like, we're already doing like a in memoriam reel of other stuff. So all that to say, maybe it'll be good. But the problem is that whole thing's built on excitement and fan anticipation, and it doesn't feel like
it. Nobody's got it.
No, I mean, the only movie that came out this year from Marvel I was excited for was that Guardians movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a bunch of other ones, but
was that this year?
Yeah, that was in
Ant-Man 3 came out this. And Spider-Verse too.
Yeah, but that's like its own thing.
Like,
and like that was fun, but
so that definitely lives outside of the whole MCU thing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think the ship's sinking with all that stuff, but they definitely have some issues they got to iron out with all of it.
They need some tentpole heroes that we want to go back and see. And like, I like Spider-Man. I like the Ant-Man movie. I didn't hate it the way.
No, but Ant-Man has never been
also,
like a major player in the whole universe. And like Paul Rudd's great and that character's great, but I think they really overestimated how much they could just throw all these second and third tier characters and try to have them anchor the whole thing. Exactly to your point.
Yes.
Like, exactly. All right. That'll do it for this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. Get tickets for my comedy special taping December 22nd. Tickets are selling well, but there's still plenty left, so get those. BillSquire.com. Tommy?
Tommy LC on OnlyFans.
Vance?
I'll be on OnlyFans soon. I won't be doing anything. I'll just be on.
That's
there.
where you'll do the reveal of your top wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Read that with yes.
Yep. I'll be shirtless.
Yes, you can go live on OnlyFans. So yeah, I said you can go live on OnlyFans. So go live.
Can I come on your OnlyFans and just read my list fully
yes.
clothed?
Yes.
Can you imagine how much bummed your subscribers would be if they're just some asshole just sitting there?
That's fucking funny.
Roddy Piper meant a lot to me.
No, they probably honestly like it.
You're probably going to think I'm going to speak Ric Flair first, but you're going to be amazed at what my number one guy is. No, okay, Pants on all socials. Thanks.
And Old 86 Bar on all socials.
Old 86 Bar on all socials. Come through, have a drink. We got a new... We by this time this airs, we probably got a brand new feature at the bar, like an actual. I don't want to spoil it yet.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
What?
I'm excited.
So stay tuned, degenerates.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.